Coronation Street spoilers. Nina and Summer confront chilling truth. Did they attack Gary Windass? The nighttime they cannot recall is probably greater actual than they ever feared. Next week in Coronation Street. Acquainted faces are pressured to stand a terrifying possibility may want to they had been concerned in Gary Windass's brutal assault. A newly launched spoiler clip indicates Nina and Summer beginning to recall fragments of a stressful incident. However, they cannot make certain what turned into actual. And what turned into simply the results of the LSD they took that nighttime. The disappearance no one can ignore. Tensions had been strolling excessive for weeks after Gary stormed out on his spouse Maria. Following the developing wedge pushed among them via way of means of Lou Michaelis. Gary claimed he turned into heading to live together along with his mother, however almost 3 weeks later. He has vanished without a trace. Maria, understandably, is panicking. But visitors already recognize what Maria doesn't. Gary is not off licking his wounds with family. He's mendacity subconscious in a health center bed, preventing for his lifestyles after being viciously attacked via way of means of a still unidentified assailant. A foggy memory or a nightmare come true. In a traumatic new clip, Summer confides in Nina that the date of Gary's disappearance is only a coincidence. But Nina is not so certain. She insists that their reminiscences of an altercation that nighttime were not simply drug-prompted hallucinations, they had been actual. Summer, beaten and determined to accept as true what they may be innocent, shuts down the conversation. Nina, left together along with her doubts, is pressured to simply accept Summer's denial for now. What neither of them recognize is that Gary remains in a coma, clinging to lifestyles. Could their movements have performed a part? Or does this all hyperlink again to Gary's tangled reference to Lou and the thriller lady who is these days seemed in his lifestyles? The truth is coming, and it's not pretty. Fans might not should wait lengthy for answers. A dramatic flashback subsequent week guarantees to show precisely what occurred the nighttime Gary vanished, and the fact is probably even darker than everybody expected. The dangerous web around Gary. Speaking approximately the storyline, Mikey North, who performs Gary, hinted that problem has been brewing for a while. He thinks there has been usually greater to it. Mikey teased regarding Gary's developing suspicions approximately Maria and her model of events. It's using them aside even greater, pushing him toward Lou due to the fact he is now no longer absolutely certain Maria's telling him the fact. Gary's defensive instincts closer to Lou, paired with Maria's apparent mistrust, have already created masses of cracks of their marriage. But with Gary's lifestyles now putting width inside the balance, the one's cracks are approximately to end up chasms. Honestly, I love how messy this storyline is getting. Mistrust, lacking reminiscences, thriller women, and a brutal assault no person can explain. That is top cleaning soap drama. The concept that Nina and Summer could have been concerned, even unintentionally, that's the form of slow burn. Mental chaos I cannot get sufficient of. And with a flashback episode at the horizon, you simply recognize the fact goes to blow the entirety aside. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.